Welcome to a Sunday afternoon edition of Wizards Outlook. Got Raymond, Lyons, Cardell, Dudley Jr., and Wilson Tarpeh Jr. And the Wizards just fell to the Hornets 119-97. Look, there's a whole lot I'm sure someone could find and say some really nice things, a way to look optimistically at everything. This isn't the place for that. I assume most of you guys know that upon tuning in already. Look, man, that was a pitiful performance from an effort standpoint. You score 7, you open the game, score the first 7. Cody Zeller goes on a personal 9-0 run, and nothing was ever the same. Let me repeat Cody Zeller went on a 9-0 run, and nothing was ever the same. You got the Charlotte Hornets laughing and giggling during timeouts. This is where you currently are. Like, I don't care about people's former resumes or anything else right now. It's literally irrelevant. You got one dude over there who's living up to all league status, and that's it. This is horrible. But Cardell, I'm gonna let you get started today. And Ray, you can follow up afterwards.
You gonna put me out there first, man?
Oh yeah, man. That's what I do.
Hey man,
I chose violence.
Man, look, it is what it is. At this point, you take Bill out of the equation. Yes, Russ is not performing up to an all-league standard, but he's still competing. Honestly, if you take them two dudes out of the equation, who else can you rely on to compete night to night? At this point, you guys start looking at people's hearts, because Scott Brooks and X's and O's don't got to tell me to close out or take charges or get the loose ball, get the offensive rebound, stay on my feet on these shooters where they don't have to pump fake and shoot a routine drill jumper that doesn't rhythm with any NBA player that works on their game across the league. There's certain things that shouldn't have to be coached at the NBA level, and that's what we're finding out. I mean, you mentioned Cody Zeller. I don't need to harp on that. He pretty much set the foundation for how the game was going to go right off the top, and that's the center. Alex Len got the start. You was just released. You got picked up. You work hard. You look good coming off the bench. You finally get a start, and then this is the showing you had 2 points and 1 rebound. You only played 7 minutes. Act like you didn't want to hustle. Lopez, I don't know if he's just that slow or he's not hustling. But too often times when Charlotte is on fast break or in transition, he's in the backcourt trailing, not even close. And a point guard, Ish Smith, Bill, Russ got to run down there and pick up Cody Zeller or Big or whatever. Now that causes mismatches. And if they don't get an easy score or easy look at the basket, they just pass it out, which the Hornets are the best passing team in the NBA. They are number 1 in assists for a reason. They make you work. So they're moving the ball. They get back out. And all of a sudden, if they can't capitalize off the mismatch with like Cody Zeller or Big down there with one of the Wizards guards, now they got one of their guards out there with Lopez or Alex Len or Mo Wagner trying to guard one of their guards, whether it's Rozier, LaMelo, Scary Terry, I just said Rozier, but Monk, whoever, you know what I'm saying? And their food is easy. One-on-one, I'm gonna get this bucket. Gordon Hayward too. Easy. I'm gonna get this bucket. They can't guard them. Their bench mob did what I expected them to do. I'm talking about the Hornets. They came in 22 points. Miles Bridges had 11 points and 14 rebounds. You let a small forward come in and get 14 rebounds, and the centers, Alex Len 1 rebound, Lopez 5 rebounds, Mo Wagner 4 rebounds. You let a wing out rebound damn near all y'all center, the whole entire team's center court combined. Westbrook, he led the team with 11 rebounds, but we know he's going to do that. Scary Terry consistently in the mid-range, he ate him up. They moved the ball. They waited for the mismatch to appear where they can, just try to go to work on those guys, and it was usually one of the Wizards' bigs, and he just pump fake, cross him over, got to a spot, knocked it down. He went to work. LaMelo Ball, he looked like an all-star tonight. He did 30 minutes, 1975. It was easy work. He was cruise control, a rookie. That's disrespectful. Right now, Miami, to me, set the blueprint for sure moving forward. Double Bill hard, even force him into a really tough shot, or make him give it up and dare somebody else to beat us. And we know, as of right now, no one else on the Wizards can make them pay for doing that. So it's about to be tough sledding for Bill moving forward. Wizards 3-point shooting. This is why I hate analytics. It tell you the 3 balls better than all these other shots. Well, when you don't hit threes, it's bad. 9 of 40 on the game. 9 of 40. 9 of 40, dog. 40, you got 90 attempts up. Damn near half of those were 3-pointers, and you only made 9 of them. You pretty much shot yourself to an L. But you can't really create off the bounce. You don't have the athleticism, so you got to take the shots that are open to do what you got to do. And this is something I want to talk to y'all, ask y'all before I get off. Who's the dirty work player for Washington? Thomas Bryant is hurt. He was that guy, but he's hurt. I'm talking about right now. Who's the dirty work guy that's just gonna say, "F it, I'm gonna do what we need. We need rebounds and stops." Who's on the team that would do that?
They don't have one.
That's my point exactly. So you got all these guys pretty shooting 3-pointers and stuff. It looked pretty with the form and everything like that, but no one wants to get in there and mix it up and do all the dirty work that helps you win games. Charlotte has them. Bismack Biyombo came in. Zeller was doing this thing. I just told you Bridges had 14 points. He's a 6'7" wing. He had 14 rebounds. He went in there and did this thing. I mean, you got guys that will go in there and do what needs to be done. LaMelo going in there and mix it up. He's a rookie going in there mixing it up. PJ, Hayward, like Rozier, their entire team, you could tell guys that are tough. You can see it. They're tough, competitive, and they're dogs. Take away Russ and Bill, I don't see any dogs on that Wizards roster right now. And Tom, I'm not including Tom because he's out. Obviously, that's his whole game is doing the dirty work motor and all that. But the rest of those guys, I don't see none of that. I don't see no spirit whatsoever. And I know people won't get on Scott Brooks. He should have been fired, all that. To me, that's a scapegoat. I'm tired of these guys getting off and all that because it's easy to get rid of Scott Brooks. Where is these dudes' pride at? Where are their pride at? Why should a coach have to help to make sure you give effort? He has to sub all the time. I don't understand this, man. Y'all NBA players, like I'm really trying to see how are the 9-figure guys out hustling fringe NBA dudes who are just out the league and looking for opportunity, rookies and stuff. They're the 9-figure dudes. They don't prove. They're proven. That's the problem I see. I know Tommy early season was like, "Hey man, we got good character guys and all that," and that's cute. Yeah, good character meaning is cute. But you notice good character usually go along with guys that speak up, that are dogs, that were challenged. Now, it's a time to challenge, it's a time to be quiet. I get it's a balance. But a lot of people don't like to be challenged in a way where it's like, yo, this ain't working. We need to do this. And it's ego. I get it. But you need dogs out there. And if they're going to challenge you, best believe in the game, they're going to challenge the opposition where they're not going to come in and do all that. Until you get some more dogs on that roster, man, this is what's going to keep happening, man. And nothing's going to change that. They look a step slow. They don't even look athletically. They look a level below what they're facing. Transition just running wise, getting rebounds. I mean, guards are going in there roughing rebounds from footers, out jumping them, just really going up strong and just getting the ball, bringing it back out. That should never happen. So I don't see nothing changing. I'm just being honest. It's been consistent the way it is. Softness and terrible defense and not winning plays. It is what it is.
Right.
Hey, yeah, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck. It got to a certain point where I took a nap and ran some errands and checked the game on my phone. Like, it was terrible, absolutely terrible. Like, I knew once it got to a certain point in the game, we've seen this before. They don't, like Cardell said, they have no heart. They don't fight, no effort, no execution. Like, off jump, once I saw Cody Zeller get off to that hot start, I'm like, this can't be life, man. You let Cody Zeller impact the game in the first quarter like Bam did 2 nights ago. That's embarrassing. That's utterly embarrassing. And it is what it is, man. That's the team that we're working with. And and they're out of excuses at this point. Yeah. You can't blame COVID because practice is not going to change what's beating inside your chest. They just don't have it. And it is what it is. And you brought up a good point, Cardell. Miami, they was like, Bill's not going to beat us. And teams are going to see that. And, moving forward, they're just going to make his life difficult. And maybe those first All-Star returns had something to do with it. A guy on one of the worst teams in the league could possibly be starting the All-Star game. People like NBA players take stuff like that into account, man. So yeah, I feel I ain't even gonna say I feel bad for them, but it might get a little ugly, and them averages might drop a little bit because yeah, man, they just gonna get these games over with quick. You know, you take him out the game, you don't let him get comfortable, and then what? They're not gonna battle back from 20 plus points down to beat you because Bill's the only person that can create consistent offense, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be, man. But they got to get it together, and you know you can't hang this on Scott Brooks. You know, even going back and looking at his track record when he first got there and the team was talented, you know, they were in the playoffs. Then the second year John Wall got hurt, they still made the playoffs. But ever since then, when he hasn't been there and, you know, things have been kind of ugly, like it just is what it is, man. Like, I don't know. It's not too much to talk about. I've gotten past the point of caring. It's people getting paid very handsomely to care about what's going on there, and I'm not one of them. So I'm just going to continue to talk about it with you guys, and you know, until they show us something different, then we're going to talk about the same thing. But you know, it's even there's been times where teams have been bad. Like every season, there's going to be bottom feeder teams. That's a fact. But you know, they're bottom feeders because, you know, they're just not talented enough or what have you. This team is just it's an enigma. I don't understand it because sometimes they show they're capable of being, you know, a NBA level team. You know, they beat teams like the Nets. They beat the Heat earlier this week. You know, how do you have that type of effort in continuity one game and then give us something completely different the next game? You know, so yeah, man, good luck to them. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this thing goes, but I'm not confident it's going to get much better. So yeah, peace and blessings to the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, it's not too much more to add, man. Believe, you know, you guys tuned into enough of these. You know my stance on it. You know, sometimes one of those things that everybody criticizing why, you know, player X that used to be here, all the wrongs, all the bad that happened and all this other stuff, you know, and right, not to pick on one of the other teams you root for. But you know, the Cowboys found out this year, you know, you didn't appreciate who was under center. You know, he was taken away. And there's nothing but warts. He covered a whole lot, boy. Whole lot of wrong. Covered a whole lot. And one of the things I can say for sure is that the Shield is no longer here to cover up much of what has been going on since the Shield was drafted. Because all the other stuff that would go on that probably should have been important, the Shield was there to deflect it. And it's something similar that's happened with DC United as well. Ben Olsen was there for so long that everybody just, you know, it was just Ben. It was just Ben. It was just Ben. Screw the fact that people ain't, you know, those in power ain't spend all the money they should have. Didn't do everything they should have did right with the roster. Man, Ben got to do better. Ben got to do this. You know, Ben gone now. So we're going to see, you know, kudos to the next coach. We see how that goes. And you might have to spend money and do some other things. But again, right now, what's happening? Look, man, I told y'all about that black cloud a while ago. I hate to be that person. I don't think I'm a pessimist. I'm just a realist. This is where we're at. This is not like this is something foreign to this organization. It's just before that there was something that they had a really, really expensive set of Kevlar standing in front of a whole lot of stuff. And it's not there anymore. Go ahead, Cardell.
Just real quick. Then a couple years ago, he put together owner of the Wizards, Mystics, and all that. They put together this amazing staff and all these additions to help make the, you know, after Ernie was fired and, you know, to make the thing better and everything. All these other people, what role are they playing in this? Because it's worse than ever. At least Ernie had them in the playoffs.
I don't know.
Right.
But, we get into the play soon.
So you're saying they basically just, you know, getting a check. Gotcha.
That's
what I got.
I mean, essentially, I mean, you know, not to go by words or whatever, but like actions are actions. We're here right now, right? We remove one person from this, and this is where we're at. Look, man, I ain't doing it. I'm just being honest. There was something that was there. This is the variable that changed. You took that away, and we're here now, looking up at the Charlotte Hornets. Looking up at the Charlotte Hornets. You look at the Houston Rockets. Yeah, there's some different personnel, yada, 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 whatever you want to hear. They went from to a top 5 defensive team to an annoying team to play every night. That's a team we don't ever question their effort.
And traded an MVP candidate in the process.
And traded MVP candidate in the process. And they got the thing, they got the missing variable here and the first. Right? And we're here now. Like again, can't nobody tell me in my heart of hearts that this roster wasn't built around the person you shipped out of here. So what the hell? That's what I'm saying. So what did we honestly think was about to happen? And I'm not mad at Russ. Russ is Russ, but there's a difference between Russ and the person that was here. And this is I'm not mad at Russ whatsoever. Russ has consistently been who Russell Westbrook has been from day one to now. Now it's on you with your group of consultants or whatever the decision maker may be. Y'all sat down in a room, supposedly, I'm just throwing stuff out there, and came to the decision that it was time to move the thing that you planned and built everything around for another thing that was kind of similar, but the difference is it's a stark difference, bruh. It's a stark difference. When you have a floor general, you can build things a certain type of way because they can make up for the rest by what they bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
When you have what Russ is, things need to be a little bit different. And there's nothing wrong with what Russ is, but this is not a natural fit. This was not the thing to do. To make this a natural fit for Russ, you would have to retool this roster. But this roster was set up. This was going to be one of the best rosters for the person you got rid of during his tenure here. This was going to be one of the best rosters because it fit the strengths and weaknesses. And now you're here. And I'm not going to get mad at people I'm not going to get mad at too much with the players outside of their effort. That's what I have an issue with is your effort. Yeah. I can't control the fact that again, the thing that sticks out to me, y'all were giving clips to watch of a person to learn how to play with them and they're not here. That was your off season, bro. I can't get too mad at you, right? But this effort thing, this is disgusting. There's no need for this. And Scott, if he does get fired, bro, I hope he does because he don't deserve to sit through this. Because this isn't all on him. Like, yes, there's a lot of things you can improve on. I'm not about to sit here and tell you Scott Brooks is a top 5, top 10 coach in the NBA. But what I am about to tell you is that we've seen him outside of this place, even with all his warts and flaws, not look like this.
But hold on. No, let's talk about that. Scott Brooks. People love to jump on Scott Brooks this time. He's not a top 5 or 10 NBA coach. Got it. But what do whoever you would put in the top 5, Pop and all those guys, what did they have that made them a top 5 coach?
Top 5 talent. Yeah, top 5 talent. Top 5, top 10 talent.
Okay. Yep. I mean, Scott Brooks, you saw when he had that talent, Harden on him. And don't forget, outside of KD, I'm not giving him credit. KD was special he was already special.
Mm-hmm.
Drafting Russ and developing him into what Russ became, no one saw that coming. Otherwise, he would have been the number 1 pick. James Harden was good in college, but nobody saw him become the MVP. Otherwise, he would have been the number 1 pick. He developed those guys. Ibaka. No one even knew who Ibaka was like that. He developed into a defensive stalwart, a key to a championship team.
Yep.
These are guys he developed. Not to mention, he drafted Jeff Green, all those guys. These are guys he developed. So that's his track record with guys that are hoopers, that are dogs, that won it. So I ask this again: what can any coach do in the league with subpar talent who don't want it?
Nothing.
So
I'm with you.
You can't keep blaming. Like who would you put in top 5? Would Doc, Pop, would Brad Stevens? Who would be those guys? Kerr. Yeah. All right, so those guys. But what have they had? Look at their teams.
Elite talent. No, for sure.
Nobody on the sideline is fixing this. Like, plain and simple.
And I guess that. Thank you, Ray. That's my point of bringing it up is the issues here ain't got, like, I don't care who you put on their sideline. You can't make somebody like this defense. You can't tell me that this scouting report says give Ball 5 feet, give Malik Monk 10 feet. Give Gordon Hayward room on the block. Let Cody Zeller run rim to rim untouched. Oh man!
Like, matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up, Cardell. Like, look at last year with the Warriors. You know, Steve Kerr, great coach, one of the best in the league. You know, they just didn't have the talent to compete, and that was obvious. But they fought every night. They improved throughout the season. You know, those guys got better, and they didn't look like this. Sure, they didn't win a lot of games, but you're not going to win a lot of games with that roster. I don't care who you are. You're not going to win a lot of games with that roster, but you can build good habits. You can get guys prepared. And now look at what those same players are doing this season, and more of a natural thing for them. You know, Pascal shouldn't be starting every game. He was a full-time starter last year. You know, so that's the difference, man. Like, because they want to improve. It's a culture in Golden State, you know, and that's how things progress. These guys here, if Steve Kerr was coaching them, it would look the same. I'm not too convinced it will be any different.
And going back to the Wall thing you brought up, Wilson, I want people to, for one, two things. Stop harping on what a player has done when they're active now. It doesn't matter. It's like when you move on to college. Yeah, I was this in college. I led my team in scoring, all that. Who cares? You're back to zero. You got to prove it here. Same thing you go to league. No one cares what you did in college or high school and all that. You got to prove it here. And like we said, this ain't on Russ, because at least Russ is he's giving you effort, which is more than what everybody else outside the Bills give you. Russ isn't the same Russ. He's not MVP Russ. That's what I was trying to tell people. They're like, yeah, we got the. I'm like, bro, y'all thinking you really pay? Were y'all watching last year, or y'all just going off a lifetime achievement thing, which is what people go off of? He wasn't right last year.
Nope.
And you can tell it's done damage, because even he saying I'm feeling better and everything, he don't have that same explosion. Like, man, look, we used to Russ one explosion in the transition, and he dunking on a whole team. And those are energy plays. But Wall, he's come back. He looks like Wall in limited minutes, not even playing back-to-backs himself, because they trying to manage his injury so he don't have a repeat of that. But he's explosive. He's doing what he got to do. And the one thing people also got to understand, which I've been saying, is the total difference between Russ and John Wall. Russ makes passes. John Wall makes players better. He's a more pure point guard. So even though Russ may get triple double, get a lot of assists, a lot of those assists come with a lot of turnovers, because his feel ain't the same as John Wall. It's not a natural feel as a point guard. He can easily Wall can dominate a game and don't even score. Russ ain't gonna do that for you. You see what I'm saying? And I love Russ. It's not even about that. It's just facts. It is what it is. So, and then also John Wall energy, the little things that people take for granted. John Wall get hyped no matter what, and he'll feed energy into these guys who obviously don't have it naturally, who we're talking about, and elevate their level of play, so you can get more out of them. That's what point guards do. And I love Russ. By him not being a point, like, look at early in the season, yeah, he was struggling, but guess what? It was a couple games there where he literally shot them the L's, taking bad shots when Bill had it going. Somebody else had him going. Now it done caught up. With Wall, that thing, the ball would have been on his way soon when Bill turned his head around. As soon as he crossed half court and saw he was open, the ball would have been on the way. And that's also part of the chemistry that they built since Bill came to the league as a rookie. Those are little things where if you're not a basketball man, you're not really paying attention, you gloss over because you don't think it's that damn important, because you think all the NBA players, they figured out. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. They may be NBA players, but they're still basketball players. They're still human. So with that being said, you're seeing the difference with John Wall and Russell Westbrook. And why I said I don't know if this trade gonna be his best, gonna be the best for him. Not just health. I could tell he wasn't right. I know with Russ, it was like it was a time him and Derrick Rose was battling for the most athletic point guard in the league. It was sick. Now to see, and he was there like 2 or 3 years ago, and to see how far it's dropped his athleticism that quick, that should have been a cause for concern. And I'm looking at the bubble and I'm like, yeah, he forcing it, but it don't look the same. And it don't look the same. Now you get him, I'm like, okay, maybe they know something I don't. Maybe he's healthy or whatnot. But I saw John Wall in the summer rehab and stuff, and he dunking on dudes, and in organized practices and stuff like that, competing against the G League guys in practice. That was his regimen and stuff to try to get him back. That was part of his rehab. He dunked on us, so I knew, oh yeah, he's gonna be back. He's getting there, because you wouldn't be able to do that. And he dunked on. Matter of fact, he dunked on Garrison Matthews. So that's the thing, man. That people don't get a chance to understand this stuff. And I'm tired of people throwing this up to me, man. Yeah, you throw an All NBA. He's not an All Star no more. He's not that. He will not be in the All Star game this year. And this is not a Dr. Russ. He's not getting there. Because other guys have gotten better and all that. And truth be told, he's not playing at that level. So stop saying he's an all-star. Bill's an all-star. So right now, you gave up a cornerstone for a guy that's not even at an all-star level anymore. So, and what you say, a first round pick?
Mm-hmm.
So now you done set yourself back in the future. And you should have also been cause concern. Now, I'm not looking at Tommy. Maybe he came from higher up where it's like, I don't care, get it done. Fine. You handicapped him. He got to do his job. You're the boss, man. It is what it is. But you also should have been looking at, why is Houston so quick to give him up? And they were going to trade Harden. It wasn't adding up. It wasn't that hard to give Russ up. You saw with James Harden, they took their good ass time. Oh, no. I need about 10 picks, baby. I need players and picks. Don't even call me unless you got that. They took their good ass time with Harden. They dealt with Harden not even working out, fat, just looked like he ate the other Harden. And he just look, they dealt with that before they shipped him. Russ, it was no problem. Oh, yeah. Russ ready. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Banana in the tailpipe, right?
Man.
So here we are.
Yeah, like I said, man, just like I said, I'm not mad at Russ. He ain't bring himself to this. But like you said, Cardell, he's been on the other side of being him for a couple years now. Just, we got this thing with sports, and I know a lot of fans do it, and I'm probably really rude, considered like that. But I'm also just like to live in a time where, like, when it feels like you're pressing to do this stuff that came natural, bro, Father Time is nipping at them heels.
Mm-hmm.
Something ain't right. And, that whole thing, again, is corny, it's cliche, but some players age better than others because they kind of integrated things into their game along the way while they still got all their stuff. So they kind of fall, you know what I'm saying? That fall is graceful. You know what I'm saying? You add a couple more things. Yeah. In 2 years, I might not be able to turn that corner. Let me get this float game working. Right. In 3 years, I might not have that. Let me get this post game working. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my handles sharp. Let me get my handles sharp. Let me go make things easier for me. So like now, even while I still have it, you could treat it like a car. Like I hit the NOS button when I need it, not when I have to all the time. Because when you're younger, you could just live on that button. The button always got juice. But come a time, man. And for him, how he played, like, again, I'm not mad at him. He's him. He's trying to be him. But if the body can't do what your mind's telling you, it is what it is, man. We're here now.
And guess who else sees it? The opposing team in the film session. Oh, Russ ain't got the explosion no more. Okay, I'm just gonna stay with him. And he trying to blow by. I'm still here. Strip. Let's go. You can see when he trying to line him up, do his quick crossover, explode one dribble. He always do. They hitting the ball. Nah, player, get back out there. Now he fumbling the ball, turning it up. No, hey, go ahead, Bill. Now Bill, damn it, I got two. Got forced up. That's what Kenny Smith said about. He said when he was young and he got on a fast break with the ball, he said he turned around and dudes would just be walking. They like, I ain't even gonna chase him. He already done that. Cool. He said when he got older, he got the ball, he turned around, took that picture. Dudes like this, he like that running. He like, oh no, what's going on? And he realized, I'm on the other side now. That's how it is.
Yeah, man.
And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's where we're at right now, right? So this is why, again, and I'll be that person, Mr. Black Cloud here. This is why I felt that type of way there, because like we got 2 years of evidence. My man went from Mr. Super Durable to I need some time.
Look here, bro.
And bro, like that was screaming to me. I need some time because I'm like, that's what makes him. Without that,
it hurts, bro. When he drives to the lane and the center standing there like, let's go. Whereas before they weren't there going to there. He take off. They make business decisions. They ain't make a business decision no more. The decision is my business. I'm blocking that so I can get this extra bread. Let's go. We running. You on the ground. Easy bucket.
I mean,
how much more evidence we need?
I mean, it's the truth.
Dang,
He used to turn the corner, and like you said, he used to turn the corner, and it was just the Red Sea just parted. Now they all waiting to go get that joint. There's no calls, out transition. It wasn't even Biz. I could deal with Biz being down there ready to go. Man, Bridges trying to go get the joint off the joint. Cody Zeller, like, bro.
Nick Richards ready. Nick Richards like, yeah, bro, I'm about to grab. This gonna be on my little highlight, my little career highlight. Let me get Russell. Come on, man.
So like right now, what I think they have 5 wins right now. You know, as bad as, and again, because I think when y'all brought up how bad the Warriors were last year, right? They're 10 behind the Warriors for the year. That's what they got to pass. They 10 behind them for the year. The Warriors, bad as everything with everything that went left last year, they somehow got to 15. They're 5. They're 5. And this 5 feel like a whole lot happened.
And remember, they traded for Wiggins in the middle of the season, early in the season last year, and the big 3 was hurt. And KD, well, he was out anyway, but still, he went to Brooklyn, so they lost all that, and they was 10 games ahead.
No, I was just saying they had 10 on the year. Yeah, 10 on. They had 15. They had 10 more on the year.
Okay.
So they finished the year 15-50. I'm just saying the fact that that's even a discussion and can honestly be a reference point is disturbing at this point. When folks came into the year with expectations before, the series of moves started to be made, man. And that's one of the things, man, because like you said, Cardell, to put it perfectly earlier, the start of the year, going into the start of the season, the Wizards looking down on the Hornets or whatever, like, man, y'all pick number whatever in the draft. We good. We look at today. You looking up at the Hornets. They 2 games under 500. And again, this is in your division. The loss to Miami is in the division. The loss to Charlotte, it's in the division. Like, look, man, it's just tough. But y'all have anything else y'all want to add? Because we're going to be right back tomorrow about 7. They play the Bulls tomorrow at 7. So they got Zach LaVine and them tomorrow at 7.
Man.
The NBA crew, though. The NBA crew.
I saw somebody on Twitter was saying they should start considering the tank. I'm like, oh, they're already tanking. Like,
what
the tank is in process. Like, what?
They said start the tank?
Yeah.
Man, you already here.
The tank started December 22nd.
Like, we just waiting on a confirmation for the big joker to fall, you know what I'm saying? So it's official. That's all I'm waiting on is confirmation.
And what's sad, bro? Them ping pong balls may drop in a way where they like 14 for 15, dog. They still get to get a high pick. It's like that's just Wizards, dog.
Yeah, they gonna get like the 12th pick or something like that.
You know what? Shout out to possibly being on your way to a 30 for 30. Congratulations. This how the beginning of how most 30-30 start. Congratulations. Seen enough of them. Starts with a couple bad decisions. And there you go. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy the Super Bowl. We'll see you tomorrow night after the Wizards Bulls. We'll see you Tuesday night for Focus TV. Cardell, Dudley Jr., Raymond, Lyons, Wilson Tarpeh Jr. You guys have a good evening.
All right.